Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. In today's class, we'll be learning how to draft an off-shoulder princess bustier. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also drop a comment. Now we'll go into the tutorial proper. First, draw a straight line which will serve as a guide and the starting point for the measurement you'll be using for the illustration. After drawing the straight line, next insert the vertical measurement, which is the shoulder to the bust point, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to the half length. But before then, we are going to be determining how deep you want your off shoulder to be. For a normal off shoulder that is not too revealing, 5 inch will be okay for the depth of the neckline. So I'm going to be starting my measurement from the 5 point mark, which is the neck depth. Next, insert the shoulder to the bust point measurement. I'll be using 10.5, shoulder to the underbust 13.5, and shoulder to the half length 16.5. Next, draw a straight horizontal line. After drawing the line, next label the lines. Here we have the bust point, here we have the underbust, and this point here will serve as the waist. After labeling it, next determine the neck width of the off-shoulder blouse, and in doing that, the formula I use is the nipple to nipple divided by 2 plus 1.5. With this formula, the neck is going to fit in properly without it falling off. The nipple to nipple I'm working with is 7.5 divided by 2 is 3.75 plus 1.5 inch is 5.25. So I'm going to be marking the 5.25 at this point. This is going to serve as the neck width for the off-shoulder blouse I'm making. After marking the neck width for the off-shoulder blouse, next is to insert the chest line for the blouse, and in doing that, I'll place my tip this way again, starting from the 5-inch point I have, and my chest line is 8 inch. I'm going to be marking the 8 inch for the chest line. Next, connect the 2 points together and label it. So this point here is going to serve as the chest line for the off shoulder. After marking the chest line, the next thing is to insert the bust measurement on the chest line. The bust I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inch. I'm going to be marking the 9 inch on the chest line. After inserting the bust measurement, next I'm going to be drawing the armhole. Next, take out the nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7.5 divided by 2 is 3.75. Mark the nipple to nipple measurement on the bust line, on the underbust line, and also on the waistline. After that, you connect the 3 points together using a straight line. Next, take out the dart for the bustier, and taking out the dart, we'll be taking the dart on this side of the bustier. For this illustration, I'm going to be using 2 inch. I'll mark the 2 inch on the waistline and also on the underbust line, after which I'll connect the 2 points together using a straight line. Next, come down by 1 inch from the bust point line. After coming down by 1 inch, connect to the underbust using a slight curve. This is done so that there will be room for the bust to fit well when the dress is being worn. After connecting the 2 points together, you should have something like this. Next, you'll be taking out the dart on the armhole line, and in doing that, first measure what you have on the armhole. So what I have here is 5.5 inch. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to go in by 2 inch or 2.5. I'll be using 2 inch. I'll be going in by 2 inch. After that, I'm going to be connecting it to 1 inch above the bust point line. So I'll be going up by 1 inch on the bust point line. Next, I'll connect these 2 points together using a slight curve. After connecting, this is what we are going to be having. Next, I'm going to be taking out the dart for the armhole, and in doing that, I'm going to be marking 0.75 on both sides like this. After marking 0.75 on both sides, next I'm going to be connecting the point together to 1 inch above the bust point. Sorry, I made a mistake while drawing the line. This part here is not the real line. This here is the real dart leg. Next, replace the 1.5 inch dart you took out at this point. Because you are cutting off this dart, when it is being left like that, the armhole is going to be short. And in doing that, you measure what you have here. Next, you go up by 1.5 inch. After going up by 1.5 inch, you extend this armhole, this chest line by 1 inch. Then next, you redraw the armhole. But before doing that, you are going to be drawing a straight line from the 1.5 inch point you went up by. Then you redraw the armhole. This armhole here is going to serve as the new armhole for the bustier we are making. This part here is no longer the armhole. This is going to be the new armhole. The next thing we are going to be doing after redrawing the armhole is to insert our bust measurements again. So remember, the bust we are using is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inch. So the 1 inch we extended the armhole by is because of this dart intake that we'll be cutting out. So whatever you have there, you extend your armhole by it so that the bust measurement will fit perfectly. Next, you go to the waist. The waist I'm working with is 31 divided by 4 is 7.75. I'm going to be marking the 7.75, then I'll mark this 2 inch I took out for the dart. After that, I'll connect the waist to the bust using a straight line. Next, blend the bust area to eliminate any sharp edge around the bust area. After blending the bust area, the next thing we're going to be doing is to work on the neckline. You can decide to leave the neckline like this, or you can decide to make a sweetheart neck. So I'll be drawing a sweetheart neck. In doing that, I'll be coming down by 2 inch from the center part like this. After coming down, next I'll connect to the armhole using my ruler this way. So this is what the sweetheart neck will look like after drafting. So this is basically what the front of the off-shoulder princess bustier is going to look like. Next, I'm going to be cutting it out. So take note of the area where I'll be cutting, and also don't forget to add your sewing allowance when you are cutting on your fabric. After cutting it out, this is what the front of the off-shoulder bustier will look like. Now we'll be going over to draft the back. Now I'll be drafting the back of the off-shoulder bustier. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is to take my vertical measurement. This line here is going to serve as our starting point. I will be starting from 5 inch just like we did for the front. I'm marking my bust point area, which is 10.5, the under bust, which is 13.5, and the waistline, which is 16.5. Next, you draw your straight horizontal line. Next, insert the neck width for the back. Remember, for the front we use a neck width of 5.25. I'll be using the same neck width for the back also. After marking the neck width, the next thing is to insert the chest line measurement for the back, and the chest line measurement I'm using is 8 inch. After that, connect the 2 points together. Remember, we are starting our measurement from the 5 inch line. After that, you draw the chest line. After drawing the chest line, next insert your bust measurement on the chest line. The bust I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inch. After marking the 9 inch, draw the armhole for the back. So the next thing we are going to be doing is to insert the dart for the back, and in doing that, first insert your nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 3.75. I'll mark on the bust line and also on the waistline, after which I'll connect the 2 points together using a straight line. Please don't forget to add the zipper allowance on the center back of the back bodice we are drafting. You need the zipper allowance behind on this side, so the zipper allowance can be 1 inch or 1.5 inch. Next, to move over to taking our dart, and in doing that I'm going to be marking 0.5 inch on both sides. After that, I'll connect to the bust point line using a straight line. So this is what the back that is going to look like. Next, we are going to go ahead to insert our waist measurement on the waistline. The waist I'm working with is 31 divided by 4 is 7.5. So I'm going to be marking the 7.75 on this part, and also the 1 inch I took out for the dart, I'm going to be replacing it also, after which I'll connect it to the bust line using a straight line. Next, we'll move to the neckline. You can decide to leave the neck this way, but I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch. Then I'll connect to the armhole using a slide curve. This is what the back of the off-shoulder blouse is going to look like. So you can decide to leave it this way, and you can decide to draw your style line on the armhole. If you're drawing your style line on the armhole, all you need to do is to go down by 2 inch, then connect to the bust point line using a straight line like this. So this is basically what the back of the off-shoulder blouse is going to look like. You can decide to make the back with or without the style line. Next, we are going to be cutting off the back of this off-shoulder bustier, after which I'll show you what it looks like. After cutting, this is what it's going to look like. If you are making it without the style line, you will have it this way, but if you are making it with the style line, you need to cut out the dart for the back. So this is what the back is going to look like after cutting it out. And here we have the front of the off-shoulder princess bustier. If this video was helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also drop a comment. Thank you for watching.